Howdy, howdy, y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. This is your boy Jack here, aka Jason, aka Jackie July, aka MC Papa Pajama, aka Ja Booty, coming to you live from the SS Express. We're here to express ourselves, to practice expressing ourselves. And that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about in this episode. Oh Lord, playing some Battlefield 3 here once again, and it's going pretty well, doing pretty good. I'm trying a new gun out, the AK something or other, 1742. I can't remember. Yeah, but the whole point of this podcast here, and the whole point of, the name SS Express, one, I think it's kind of funny because they're both prefix. One's a prefix and one's a suffix for, boats and trains. And I like the idea of this house being a vehicle for me, and a vehicle to help me get to a higher level of expressing myself. Oh, baby, I do kind of love getting a kill with a pistol. It's pretty satisfying. But yeah, I'm learning how to express myself through music, through, talking with my friends. I host Cacao Ceremonies here, which, we drink raw chocolate, and we get in touch with our heart, man, and we share what's on our heart. And I know that might sound a little rainbowy to y'all cloudy motherfuckers, but it's good for you. So I'm gonna keep promoting it. I think we need to do it more. Don't be so afraid to share what's on your heart, man. It's gonna open up some doors, some portals for you. I got people all worried about, getting gay, being gay. I'm working on a book. It's all about the opposite, man. Becoming the gayest version of yourself. That's what my book's called. And to be gay means to be happy. And I think we all want a full spectrum experience. I know it can be hard. Sometimes we lack that narrow spectrum of our comfort zone. But I think ultimately we want a life that's rich. And that's why also I love serving cacao. Cacao is, if you ain't never had raw cacao, maybe, doesn't get much richer than that. I'll tell you that right now. I done come to love that dark chocolate 100%. At the store, you might see 60, 70%. Man, my nose is feeling real itchy. You probably noticed that. Getting over being sick, maybe that's why. I think I got the vid. Anyway, I'm trying to get into all that. But chocolate, man, it's a good tool. The Mesoamericans, the Mayans, Aztecs, they were all into their chocolate. They were the Guatemala's thought to be the origin of the cacao tree, Theobroma cacao, man. They named that tree food of the gods. There's a reason for that. It opened portals for them. It helped them connect. So I like using cacao ceremonies to help us, come together, tune in, tune out of the bullshit noise. Our brain's got a lot of bullshit noise. I know mine does. And sometimes I just say, hey, would you mind shutting the hell up? And I'm just talking to myself, just talking to myself. There's many parts to a human. There's a lot to see and express, sometimes suppress. But that's kind of the point, is we don't want to suppress it. We want to find healthy ways of expressing, getting it out. Sometimes we got painful experiences that lead to painful thoughts, sometimes unhealthy way of thinking. But I really like the idea of transmuting that bad juju into some good juju. Y'all probably heard of a function before. A function is a mathematical model, that's got an input and an output. E equals mc squared, baby. Or, x equals y, that type of thing. And I think our brains are kind of like a function, we take all this input, all this stimulus. I always forget which one's which, man. You get it though. And we process it however we do. We're all a little different in that because we've gone through different things and go through different things, and it gets your brain wired up a certain way. So we're processing different. I hope the TV ain't too loud. I'll turn it down a little bit more. I'm talking about, it's good stuff. Behind what I'm looking at, I'm killing people. That's what I'm doing. Nah, it's good though. They're just ones and zeros. And some people might argue that's all we are, but I'd say we're more than that. We're more than that. Where were we at? Oh yeah, transmuting energy. I think, our brains, we take all this stuff in, we process it, and then we output it however we do. And I think that's where we got a choice, and it takes time. We got to learn how to process things in a more healthy way. And what I mean by healthy is that I think we can output things in a way, even after taking some bullshit input, someone cuts you off on the road or does something mean, or, even accidentally hurts your feelings or something like that. We can learn to output that, process and output that in a way that makes us have more better experiences. So that's what I mean by healthy, because it's like an upward spiral versus a downward spiral. Someone cut me off and I could say, hey man, fuck you. That wasn't very nice. And then I take that energy in and I don't transmute it. I just throw it right back. And I cut off the next guy that I can, because fuck him. But I think that's just gonna have us get cut off again even sooner. So if we learn to process things in a more healthy way, we could, oh Lord, I'm about to die. We could create better future results for ourselves. A healthy plant is a plant that's growing and creating new fruit. It ain't just staying the same and not growing fruit. That's what you call an unhealthy plant. And you don't want to be an unhealthy plant, because you're going to want to eat. And you're going to hear me talking about eating a lot. I love eating. It's great. I think I might be addicted to it. For better or worse. I think it's good though. I think it's good addiction, because I'm, eating things that are giving me better outputs. When I eat a, apple, I'm going to make a sweet song. If I eat too much, Starburst or, IPAs, I'm probably going to be a little moody, and I'm probably going to say fuck you to somebody pretty soon after that. When I eat an apple, I'm gonna want to help somebody. You know, I'm gonna want to raise them up. I'm gonna be like, dang, I'm feeling good. I see you're not feeling so good. I'd like you to feel what I'm feeling. So there's a lot of ways we input and output things. And I think learning to use our voice, and this is, again, why I'm wanting to do this podcast. I'm just learning to use my voice. And some will say, this ain't my real voice. I don't really talk like this. Well, have you listened to the last 10 minutes? Because I've been talking like this. So this feels like a healthy output for me. It's making me feel real good, and I think it's gonna help me have good output tomorrow. Ooh, that grenade's gonna get him. Got him. St. Jimmy. Just got St. Jimmy with the frag grenade. But don't be afraid to express yourself. Even if you're alone. Oh, Doink got me. Doink42. It's a good name. Don't like that you killed me, but it's a good name. Jeez. I'm going down, Doc. Get him with the nade. Oh, I did get him with the nade. Get out of here. Even if you got to talk to yourself, look at me right now. I'm sitting alone. No one's telling me what I can or can't do. I'm just doing what I do. Oh, and it's feeling real good. I feel like it's a real healthy thing to do. You know, it's like I'm being my own therapist. I'm looking at myself on the screen. Well, usually I'm looking at this screen, but sometimes I'll poke down. And I might act like I'm talking to you when I look down, but in reality, I'm just sitting here by myself talking to myself. And that's a whole deeper thing. I think I'll get into it another, talk, is how me and you aren't really me and you, or I and I. And don't even worry about processing that right now. Just don't even worry about it. But I'm learning to express how I'm really feeling, what I'm really thinking. Oh, Lord. And I'm having fun with it. I'm not worried about it. So I just want to encourage you to, find different ways to express. Sometimes, I'm sounding like I got all these sentences and words that are coming together in a hopefully somewhat logical or understandable way. But man, a lot of times you should hear me express. I'm just making sounds. Shee-da-ba-da-do-da-do. Yeah-da-do, ba-da-da-dee-da-do. Scat-scat-dee-da-bit-ba-da-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-do. And that doesn't even necessarily sound good. I'm just farting around, That was just a silly scat. One of my worst scats. Actually, I think I put myself on the spot and didn't really give my all into it, but the point is there's a lot of ways to express. I like to write rap songs. That's really been it. That may be the single most important thing I've ever started to do in my life, was writing rhymes. Because, life's chaotic, it's confusing, you're going through all this stuff, all these emotions. I talked about this last time, I'm born in July, I'm a Cancer baby. If you believe in all that astrology boogly boggly, which, I do and I don't. We'll get into that again in another time, but something they say about the archetype that is the Cancer is, they got lots of emotions, and I think that's true for all humans. Some of us are more sensitive and feel things feel mundane things in a deeper way. I know that's me for sure. It's hard for me to not, I'm in a normal situation just hanging out, and I'm seeing all these layers of things going on, why people are talking the way they're talking, and, I just can't help but do that. And sometimes that's hard to navigate, man. I'm processing a lot of things at once, a lot of my own emotions. I'm taking in other people's emotions, and it's chaotic, and there's no rhyme or reason. And that's exactly why rhyming has helped me process some things. Because I'm if it ain't rhyming, I'm making it rhyme, you know. And that's, I think, a cool ability we have as humans. I know I had some hard times, whether it be a breakup or, just feeling some general angst about, being alive in this day and age, all that's going on, all the suffering, everything, or my own insecurities, whatever it may be. Rhyming has helped me feel empowered to move forward, to be in this situation I'm in and move forward. And yeah, so try some different ways of expressing, man. It's gonna open up doors. You're gonna feel free. Sometimes I just hit a drum, I don't even know what I'm doing, and I don't even care. I just start banging the drum. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Next thing I know, I'm like, this is the world's certified newest banger. And I wasn't even trying, I'm just letting go and expressing. And I think that's important because we don't always got to make things rhyme, I ain't trying to say that. I'm saying it's a good tool for transmutation of energy. Sometimes you just got to yell or bark or moo. Embrace your inner animal, man. Quit being so human. Give it up. Be an animal. All this human business is kind of square, if you ask me. Quit being so square. Just be a monkey. Tune into your monkey, man. Quit trying so hard to be a good human. Just be an animal. Be a good animal, Yeah. Maybe that's about it for transmuting energy. I hope y'all maybe feel a little more empowered to try some expression, Record yourself just talking, just say, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing. You ain't got to post it, you ain't got to, just do it for you. I likely won't even post this, I might. We'll see. Either way, I'm really worried about it. I'm realizing, too, I keep thinking of things. After I hit stop and say bye that I realize I forgot to say, and I know there's always next time. Sometimes I get on a real good thread, though, and there's some things I could have added to that thread that I don't think of till right after, and then I say, oh, shucks, I could have brought that up. It's pretty funny. I think it's good to find the humor in things. Oh, Lord. Saw me tense up there real quick. Got in a tough situation. I got sandwiched between two guys. Killed one, tried to knife the other, but he got me. Yeah, find the humor in things. Quit taking it so serious. Even when you're, doing something serious. Sometimes you got to. I get it. But I like to say I'm trying to become seriously silly about life. Being serious, but adding some silliness to my seriousness. Seriously silly. Maybe that's going to be my first. Maybe that's the name of this podcast. It's the name of something. And if it ain't, it's what I'm trying to be. It's what I'm aspiring towards. Being seriously silly. Not trying too hard. Trying enough that, I'm creating an upward spiral for myself. I always want tomorrow to be better. Having a great time today, but why not do something today to make tomorrow better? Sometimes that's a sacrifice, I gotta do some push-ups today, so then I'm looking real nice tomorrow. That's a worthy sacrifice. Oh, I just thought of something that I forgot to mention last time. So I'm wearing this hat again. It's the same day. Make America Native again. And something I didn't bring up about it is what it says. Funny enough, I didn't bring up the most kind of fundamental part of it. Well, maybe I did in a way. I talked about how it makes other people react and feel, and how it's a good bridge, I believe, from my experience. It's a good bridge for us all to, be on the same plane. But what it means to me, make America Native again, I heard indigenous folk talking, and he was in a place of forgiveness. Oh Lord, I ran up on 4 people. That's a recipe for death. He was in a place of forgiveness, but he was, just wishing that us Americans, us new Americans, a lot of, European mutts, which is basically what I am, just a European mutt, which is fine. He was basically, geez, there's a lot going on in this game. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to keep it together. He was just wishing we would act like we live here, and I thought that was pretty cool. He wasn't mad we took it over, but he just wanted us to, act as if this was our home. And when you live somewhere, you want to keep it nice. You want to keep it cool, keep it all right. And that's what this hat means to me. Is I want to, more and more. I bought this house I'm living at a couple of years ago, and I want to act like I live here. I always had this feeling. I've lived in pretty much the same area most of my life, and I always had this feeling like I might move somewhere else, and that kind of decreased my attachment to this area, or maybe my presence in my community, and my respect for the land around me. And we should respect all land. It's without the land's like the paper in our book, and we're just the words on the pages. So we should respect every page or every piece of land, but especially where we live, because you don't want to wake up tomorrow and there be trash in the yard. You got to deal with that trash, recycle it, reuse it, reduce it. Don't just throw your trash in the river and think that it's gone, because all the land's connected. It's a big circle. If you've ever seen a globe in school before, I know some people be disputing that these days, but sorry to say you're wrong. Just give it up. Just don't worry about, whether it's flat or round. Yeah, it's all connected either way. That's what I'm saying. So I don't even argue about that with me. I'm just here to talk, and yeah, but act like you live where you live. Don't look at it so disposable. I feel it's weird. We used to, families, generations would live on the same plot. when you live on the same plot, you tend to care for it because you want your kids to have a nice place. But nowadays we just, we're born and grow up, and then we go to college, and then we move away from our folks. And we keep moving away and spreading out, and I think that's making us care a little bit less about where we're at, and it's a little more disposable because, yeah, if we ruin this place, we'll just move over there. But there's only so many times we can do that. So let's make America native again. Let's act like we live here. Let's treat the land with some respect. And express yourself. That's kind of the main point of all this. I know I went on a little tangent about the hat there, but I couldn't get it off my mind. Literally, it's on my head. But after the last talk, I realized I had to talk about that a little bit. So be kind. Happy Infinity Day. Think about one thing you're grateful for. That always makes things a little better. Realizing not what you don't have, but what you do have, and then that'll maybe give you the power to move forward to get what you don't have. And then one day you'll have it all. And I'd argue that that day is today if you just realize it, but that's a talk for another time. So be kind. I think I may have said that. This goodbye's getting kind of long. My bad. But just get out there, express yourself from the heart, sing a song, hit a drum, write a poem, talk to a camera. Just don't really worry about it. All right. Bye now.